Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today I just feel like playing Donkey Kong Jr. on the Intellivision. This is made by Nintendo, copyright, whatever you want to say, 1983. Yeah, I have a lot of fond memories with this game. It's probably my first real experience with Donkey Kong Jr. I think all my Donkey Kong experiences were on the Intellivision, my first ones anyways. So let's get started with the game. I'm just going to push a button here. I'm going to do one. And now I did this game before as part of my Donkey Kong Jr. compilation where I was comparing them. So I'm just going to do one just because. There's a little Junior down there. I really enjoyed playing this game. I mean, I never had any problems with it. Oh, unless I do stuff like that. Ready, player one. You always have to remember, when you're playing this game, and I think this goes across all platforms, whether you're playing it on the Atari, on the Intellivision, ColecoVision, is that, or the arcade, is that Junior goes slowly up the vines when he's just holding on with one hand, essentially. But when you do this whole two-hand thingy, he'll go up really fast. However, it's the opposite going down. So you got to remember that. So if you want to go down fast, just get yourself like this. You'll go down fast. If you want to go up fast, get yourself in that position, kind of like the X position, where he's like, both hands are holding onto the vines. Looks a little funny. And you go up here, and you get that little thing up there. Ah! Just hit the bloody Mario. Now, if you don't know already, that's Mario. It's supposedly Mario up there. Which is funny, because he kind of looks a little bit different than he did in Donkey Kong. Almost as if the creators of this version didn't realize that it was Mario or something, or that it was supposed to be the same character in Donkey Kong. I'm sure they did, but, you know, it's just weird that they made him like that. They made him, it's kind of like purpley blue hat, purpley skin. Doesn't move, doesn't really have, doesn't look like he has any arms or anything. Kind of silly. But yeah, that's Mario. I believe Donkey Kong Jr. is the first time you actually get the name Mario. At least from what I've read and heard. Love the music in this. Of course, Donkey Kong looks a little funny. But, you know, even in the first one, Donkey Kong looked a little funny. And we got the chains level. I mean, this is pretty close to, say, like the ColecoVision version. Even the Nintendo version. Except you don't have the chain lines. And the keys don't go right into the girder, like they do in some of the other versions. They just kind of go up to the top there and stop. This is definitely a much easier version of the game, for sure. Love the music. And, of course, you don't get the animation of, you know, in the arcade and, I think even in maybe the Nintendo version. I know there's a few of them that definitely on the, oops. If you don't hit the button properly, you fall. But there's definitely an animation where Donkey Kong falls, Mario falls, and then Donkey Kong falls, and Junior catches him. I believe you see it on the Nintendo version. And a few other. Another thing of note of this level is the blue guys, I believe, go all the way down the screen, whereas the red ones don't. I think that's the way it works. The blue guys will keep going down and fall off the vines. The red guys will just keep... they'll go down and then they'll come back up. It's something you gotta remember. This is an interesting level. I've always liked this. The fact that this level made it onto the Intellivision is pretty cool. This was always my favorite level. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the colors or just that you got to do all these different things, like jump on a springboard, and then you got to jump on that moving, whatever that is, this thing. You can fall on a platform if you want. There's multiple ways of completing this. You can actually sometimes spring onto this thing. And then you get up here, and then you get the chains with the birds. Now as you progress in this game, the birds will start dropping eggs. They actually become more dangerous. Whoa, it just fell into the blue abyss that is known as the death of the screen. Let's try again. I always just do the easy difficulty setting, I guess you want to call it that. The easy setting of 1. You can go 4. But I always find that this game is challenging enough on 1. I don't see the point in going to 2 and 3. I don't know. Maybe if you play it a million times and there's no more challenge, you might want to start stepping it up a bit. But I find this game just to be just enough challenge. Get ready, player 1. I mean, graphically, this game is far more superior than Donkey Kong itself on the Intellivision. Unfortunately, there is alternatives, of course. We do have homebrews. Carl Mueller Jr. created a brilliant one called DK Arcade, I believe he called it. Oh, look at that. I didn't even make it right up to the top, and I already won. And then he did kind of a sequel to it. Well, I don't know if it's a sequel. It's, just a more enhanced version called D2K, which I have done videos on. I did a, first impressions kind of video, and I did another one where I just kind of played through it. It's a really nice game, D2K, or even just DK Arcade. Really nice version of Donkey Kong. Almost feels, playing like the arcade on the Intellivision. Which I'm sure is what people would have wanted back in the day, but didn't get. We were kind of stuck with these versions, so... I hope one day I can actually acquire a physical cartridge for, for D2K. So it also has more levels, too. It doesn't just have the 4 boards, it's got 4 more extra boards, which is cool. I think I asked him if he was going to do a Donkey Kong Jr. I don't think that was in the cards for him, but somebody else ended up doing it. I know John Hancock, the immortal John Hancock, did a video on it, an improved version of this game, which I was quite impressed to see, because I didn't think they would. I mean, this is good enough. I don't think it was fully necessary, but they really did try and capture the essence of Donkey Kong Jr. and change the graphics and stuff. And so I was quite impressed by that. I think also the controls. That's another thing. The thing is, when you're playing on this version, you're using an Intellivision controller. So you have to remember you have a disc, and it's not going to be quite the arcade experience because you don't have the joystick. But yeah, these are the 3 levels that you get in this version. Whoa! I just fell right through and landed on the chain. That's pretty cool. Gotta be careful. The game doesn't really change beyond these 3 boards. Again, pretty impressive. I wish the first Donkey Kong game actually had the third board, not the third board, because there's actually 4 in Donkey Kong, but I just wish the Intellivision Donkey Kong, the original one, had at least 1 more board. Which I remember seeing somewhere on the internet, somebody they were showing some sprites, and what those are, they're the graphics that come with the game. And it looked like there was some sprites for a springboard and stuff, and that maybe that they potentially could have had the elevator stage in the Intellivision version. but it just never came to be. I don't know. That's what I heard anyways. Can't just always trust the internets. It's a fun game though. I quite enjoy this one. Just sit back, play some Donkey Kong Jr. Until you die. And it does give you quite a few levels. So, anyways, yeah, this is Donkey Kong Jr. on the Intellivision. I had a little bit of fun playing. It's always great to revisit this game. And if you want to see the comparison video, just go into my my videos playlists and stuff, and you can probably find my comparison video where I compared the I think it was the Atari versus the Intellivision versus the Nintendo. I also have the Atari 400 version of Donkey Kong Jr. if you want to check that one out too. Very interesting game, very hard on the Atari well, the Atari 8-bit I should say, not 400. The Atari 8-bit, very difficult game. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for just watching me play a little bit of Donkey Kong Jr. Just been fun. Let me know what you think of the game below. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you guys later.